Hey guys, I'll show you my top 10 Marvel villains today. For this list, I'm checking out some of Marvel's greatest villains, and they can be from the Avengers enemies to the X-Men's enemies, from all different kinds. You won't be seeing any DC ones since they are for a separate list, so let's get into it. Number 10, the Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier was once Captain America's old friend, James Buchanan Barnes, or Bucky Barnes. But after he was believed to be dead in World War II, he came back in the same year that Captain America did, back to into the present, where he is now one of Marvel's greatest assassins. His mechanical arm is what he got after he lost one of his arms. And his knowledge of hand-to-hand combat and several forms of martial arts is almost as impressive as his choice of weaponry. Number 9, Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus is one of Spider-Man's most recognizable villains, and is the leader of Spider-Man's main enemy team, the Sinister Six. He was once a brilliant scientist until he went mad after the mechanical tentacle appendages bonded with his spine permanently. As we saw in Spider-Man 2 from 2004, he was a brilliant scientist until an accident caused him to go insane. And he was one of the greatest minds that Spider-Man had ever seen, but the result of the mechanical arms still gave him his intelligence, but also made him go insane a bit. Number 8, the Red Skull. Red Skull is Captain America's most famous enemy, and is also his archenemy. As we saw in Captain America: The First Avenger from 2011, he was basically Adolf Hitler's right-hand man in World War II, and he was basically in charge of the Nazi science division, Hydra. When people say that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, you don't need to worry about that with this guy. I mean, take a look at him. He is the face of evil. Red Skull actually has the same serum that Captain America has, which gives him enhanced strength as well. He also has an incredible knowledge of science. Number 7, Magneto. Magneto is the most popular enemy of the X-Men, and he is the leader of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Being portrayed by Michael Fassbender and Ian McKellen in the X-Men movies, he has the power to control anything metal. A Holocaust survivor, he has seen possibly the worst of humanity, and he continues to see it with the discrimination of all mutant kind in the present. Number 6, Sabretooth. Sabretooth is one of the most violent supervillains I've ever seen in Marvel. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty, and if he wants to, he could use an actual person as a punching bag. Unlike his brother Wolverine, he doesn't have the claws that come out of his knuckles. Instead, they are basically his fingernails. But whenever he kills someone, it looks like they've been hacked at by a vicious animal. Sabretooth has only made 2 appearances in the X-Men movies, first in the first X-Men movie in 2000, and then in X-Men Origins Wolverine in 2009. Apparently, he was supposed to make an appearance in Logan of 2017. But apparently not. But he didn't. The Sabretooth's hatred for Wolverine grows with every passing minute. Number 5, Venom. Venom is one of Spider-Man's most popular enemies, and is by far one of his most violent. Normally he would only do it out of revenge, as he has teamed up with Spider-Man a few times to take down a bigger threat that concerns both of them. The Venom symbiote first bonded with Spider-Man, but it was changing him, so it left Spider-Man and bonded with ex-journalist Eddie Brock. And both had a fueled hatred for Spider-Man and Peter Parker, so the two of them bonded to form Venom, as they believed they were both poison to Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Number 4, Thanos. Thanos is without a doubt one of the most popular Marvel villains, and is one of the most popular as well. He's starting to make a bigger and bigger appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with all the Infinity Stones being found and all the references being made to them. He has made a few appearances. He has appeared in a post-credits scene in both Avengers Assemble and Age of Ultron, but he made a bigger appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. He wields the Infinity Gauntlet, which holds all 6 Infinity Stones, which gives him incredible power. But Thanos is definitely one of the most powerful beings in Marvel. Number 3, Green Goblin. Green Goblin is Spider-Man's greatest enemy, and he also happens to be the most devastating, since he was basically the reason that Spider-Man's first girlfriend, Gwen Stacy, died after throwing her off of a bridge. He was once Norman Osborn, who is the owner of Osborn Industries, until he was injected with a serum, causing him to go both insane and incredibly strong. He developed all of the technology he has. He developed his glider, his pumpkin bombs, everything. We saw Willem Dafoe play Green Goblin in the 2002 Spider-Man movie, but then we also saw that his son Harry Osborn was him in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Number 2, Taskmaster. Taskmaster is one of the best fighters in all of Marvel, since he can calculate every move that a superhero will make. He studied all of the fighting styles of all the superheroes, so he basically knows how to fight against them, since he'll mimic their every move. Taskmaster is also the same villain that trained the assassin Crossbones into becoming the extremely dangerous individual that he is today. Before we get to number 1, I want to read out a few honorable mentions. Loki, the Lizard, Doctor Doom, Abomination, Galactus, and Ultron. Number 1, Carnage. Carnage is my favourite Marvel character because of his traumatic past and his psychopathic ways. He reminds me so much of Joker from DC, but actually Joker's Marvel version is the Green Goblin. But without Joker, there would be no Carnage. Carnage is the offspring of the Venom symbiote after it reproduced asexually, meaning it didn't need a partner to reproduce. The Carnage symbiote made its way to a serial killer named Cletus Cassidy, which merged with his bloodstream after it entered a cut on his hand. And after he kills someone, he actually writes the word Carnage on the wall with his own blood. If you agree with my list, please say so, but if you don't, that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But if you like it, please like it, and be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll be coming back next week when I show you another list of my favorites. I'll be seeing you guys next week. See you later.